Welcome. Have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 24th of August 2024. From the history point of view, significant events on August 24 in the annals of the natural catastrophes. August 24th, 79 CE looms large as the date when the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius laid waste to the ancient cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum in Italy. From the Indian history point of view, the annals of Indian governance saw a transition of the August 24th, 1969, as a V.V. Giri ascended to the presidency, taking on the mantle of the fourth president of India. His tenure marked a pivotal phase in the nation's journey as he shouldered the responsibility of leadership. Now, going towards the Hindu newspaper analysis, we start with the newspaper The Hindu states that if India changes its attitude towards Russia, the war will end, Zelensky says. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi at the Marinsky Palace in Kyiv on August 23, 2024. In talks with the Prime Minister Modi, Ukrainian President brings up a purchase of Russian, while External Affairs Minister Jaishankar says that they explained to the Ukrainian side the energy market scenario and the need for prices to remain reasonable and stable. Describing India as a big country with a big influence on the Russian economy, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday said if India and Indians change their attitude towards Russia, the war will end because Russian President Vladimir Putin will end it. He was talking of the India's record-breaking deals for the oil from Russia, acknowledging the discussion on the India's energy purchases from Russia. In the talks between the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mr. Zelensky, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar said the Indian side explained to the Ukrainian side the energy market scenario and the need for prices to remain reasonable and stable. Bangladesh's ex-Supreme Court judge detained near border with India. We are supposedly keep wiggle at the India-Bangladesh international border on the eve of the Independence Day at Chhatrapati in South Dinajpur district of West Bengal. Former Apex Appellate Division Judge of the Supreme Court Shamsuddin Chaudhry Manik was detained by a border guard Bangladesh as he was trying to cross the border to India through Sylhet Kanaghat border. A retired judge of the Bangladesh Supreme Court was detained from the northeastern frontier with India in Sylhet while he was illegally attempting to flee the country. The border guard Bangladesh BGB as said late on Friday, August 23, 2024. The report came hours after the arrest of Army League leader ASM Feroz from his residence. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that first National Space Day marks Chandrayaan-3 success. President Draupadi Murmu being felicitated by Indian Space Research Organization's chairman S. Somnath during the first National Space Day celebration and commemorating the successful landing of the Vikram lander on the surface of the moon, Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi on Friday. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO on Friday celebrated the first ever National Space Day, marking the anniversary of the Chandrayaan-3 mission that made India the first country to land a probe on the lunar South Pole. In a grand event where the nation laid out its ambitious roadmap for space exploration for the next 2 decades, which includes plans for more lunar missions, an indigenous space station, a new rocket, as well as placing a man on the moon by 2040. At a ceremony in New Delhi's Bharat Mandapam and attended by the President Draupadi Murmu, ISRO Chairman Somnath and Minister of the Science and Technology Jitendra Singh, the country's space agency also announced an ambitious plan aimed at removing space debris from the Earth's orbit, a concern echoed by many, including President Draupadi Murmu. Speaking at the event, the President expressed about the increasing effort and appreciated ISRO's efforts to remove them. Space debris can cause problems for the space mission, she said. I'm also happy to know that India is moving forward to make all its space missions debris-free by 2030. Tripura floods, death toll reaches 24, over 1 lakh rendered homeless. Rescuers from Tripura Disaster Management Authority evacuated flood-affected people to safer place. Agartala, at least 24 people have so far been killed and 2 missing, with over nearly 1.28 lakh rendered homeless and rescued to shelters in different parts of the state following a flooding due to the heavy rainfall that over the past week, officials said on Friday. Army's unmanned aerial vehicle drifts into the POK. New Delhi, a mini unmanned aerial vehicle UAV of the Indian Army being operated in the Rajouri sector developed a technical snag on Friday and strayed across the line of control into the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Officials aware of the matter said. The army sent a message over the hotline to the Pakistani army to return the UAV, said one of the officials. It was on a training mission at 9:25 a.m. Mini UAV on a training mission well within the Indian territory lost control due to the technical malfunctioning and drifted into the Nikil sector of the Pakistan opposite Pimbar Kelly sector, said another official. Pakistani troops are believed to have recovered the UAV. The army is keeping strict vigil along the Losi to prevent the terrorist infiltrations from entering the country. On August 14, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh chaired a top security meeting to review the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir following a spike in terror attacks and hammer out strategy to crush the menace. On the day, 25-year-old army officer was killed fighting terrorists in the mountain forests of the Doda district. The Doda encounter came days after the Chief of Defense Staff, General Anil Chauhan, said that the proxy war waged by Pakistan in Jammu and Kashmir whose sudden escalation is being witnessed in areas to the south of the Pir Panjal range was one of the main security challenges confronting India. Now going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, cement companies plan rupees 1.25 lakh crore capex till financial year 2027. Crystal ratings, a healthy 10% annualized increase in cement demand in the past three fiscals outpaced our growth in the capacity addition, pushing utilization level to the decadal high of 70% in a fiscal of 2024 and promoting manufacturers to press the capex pedal. It said cement demand outlook remains healthy with a compound annual growth rate of 7% over the fiscal 2025-2029, the reporter said. Government invites proposals for setting up e-commerce exports hub. Based on the trees proposals, further details, including the software requirements for e-commerce exports hubs, ESEC, to facilitate seamless and expeditious export clearance, will be finalized. The Directorate General of the Foreign Trade (DGFT) stated in the trade notice. The main objectives are to ensure the predictability and the shortest possible turnaround time for e-commerce exports, to facilitate easy imports for e-commerce returns or rejects, and to bring various cross-border e-commerce stakeholders under one roof. Inflation will gradually glide towards the 4% target, but this will take several quarters. MPC member Jainath Varma, a professor in the finance and accounting at the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, said that the growth in 2024-2025 and 2025-2026 would be in the ballpark range of around 7%, which is below the potential growth rate of the economy. Restrictive monetary policy controls inflation by suppressing demand, and until companies see a robust demand growth, they may be reluctant to invest despite reasonably high capacity utilization, he said. Jainath Varma, one of the three external members of the Reserve Bank of India's Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, believes that inflation will gradually move towards the 4% target, but it will take several quarters. In an interaction with the Joint Matthew and the high-tech Hitesh Vyas, Varma, professor in the finance accounting at the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, said that the growth in 2024-2025 and 2025-2026 will be in the ballpark range of around 7%, which is below the potential around the growth rate of the economy. He said that a reduction in the current excessive real interest rate will be a help in reviving private capital investment. A restrictive monetary policy controls inflation by suppressing demand, and until companies see robust demand growth, they may be reluctant to invest despite a reasonably high capacity utilization, he said, edited excerpts. Now going towards the world news, including Venezuela, opposition leader Gonzalez, to be called to testify about a vote rally. Website Attorney General says United States National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan to visit China aimed rising tensions. An attack at a festival in the German city kills 3 people and wounds at least 5 seriously. Mysterious optical illusions causes 7 suns to appear in China's sky. RFK Jr. suspends presidential campaign, endorses Trump. A woman falls into a sinkhole in Malaysia's capital. Search operation on. Now going toward the science and tech, we have Anthropic says California artificial intelligence pills benefits likely outweigh costs. San Francisco-based Anthropic is a rival to ChatGPT maker or to open artificial intelligence and is backed by Amazon and Alphabet. Anthropic said it believes the benefits of California's revised artificial intelligence regulation bill likely to outweigh the costs. The benefits of California's revised bill that seeks to regulate how artificial intelligence is developed and deployed in the state likely outweigh the cost. Anthropic said on Thursday. San Francisco's based Anthropic is rival to ChatGPT maker of artificial intelligence and is backed by Amazon and Alphabet. Musk's SpaceX testing breakthrough tech in a risky spacewalk. Left to right, Anna Menon, Scott Pettit, Commander Jared Isaacman, and Sarah Achilles, crew member of the Polaris 10, a private human spaceflight mission, attended press conference at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral in Florida, August 19, 2024. While NASA is righteous about the astronaut safety on its missions, there are no United States standards or laws for safety in private missions like Polaris. SpaceX's attempt at the first ever private spacewalk of next week will be a test of trailblazing equipment, including the slim spacesuits and cab with no airlock. In one of the riskiest missions yet for Elon Musk's space company, a billionaire entrepreneur, a retired military fighter pilot, and two SpaceX employees are poised to launch on Tuesday aboard a modified Crew Dragon craft before embarking on a 20-minute spacewalk at 700 kilometers into the space 2 days later. The road to 2047 for Indian agriculture at Sonapur on the outskirts of the Guwahati, Assam. India's centennial year of the independence is likely in 2047, but the goal of becoming a developed nation looms large. Achieving this requires a significant increase in per capita gross national income to about 6 times the current level. This necessitates a comprehensive development approach, especially in agriculture. Space sector contributed 20,000 crore in India's GDP over the late decade. President Draupadi Murmu visited the SpaceX exhibition with the Union Minister of the State of Science and Technology, Jitendra Singh, and the Indian Space Research Organization Chairman S. Somnath during the first National Space Day celebration to commemorate the successful landing of the Vikram lander on the surface of the moon in New Delhi on August 23, 2024. The Space Day celebrations are to commemorate the first anniversary of the successful landing of the Chandrayaan-3 on August 23 last year. India's space sector has directly contributed about $24 billion, 20,000 crore rupees to India's gross domestic product over the last decade. It has directly supported 96,000 jobs in the public and private sector. For every dollar produced by the space sector, there was a multiplier effect of $2.54 billion to the Indian economy, and India's space force was 2.5 times more productive than the country's broader industrial workforce. These preliminary findings were part of the presentation by State Bogchinger, affiliate executive advisor Nova Space, a European consultancy, at the National Space Day celebration in New Delhi on Friday, August 23, 2024. La Nina likely to miss southwest monsoon. Bulletin by Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services indicates that the La Nina can only emerge towards the November month, not in September as forecast earlier. As such, only a small amount of the rainfall is likely later this year. The early signs of the likelihood of La Nina weather pattern in the eastern Pacific Ocean are clear, but it looks like it is going to miss at the peak of the Indian southwest monsoon, which will end next month, according to the scientists at Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services (INCOIS). The agency, which works under the Ministry of the Earth Sciences, has indicated in its latest bulletin that the La Nina could only emerge towards the November month or not in the September month as forecast earlier. As such, only a small amount of rainfall is likely later in the year. There is a famous quotation said by a famous Catholic nun who is known by her famous name, that's Mary Teresa Bojazihu. Birth anniversary 26th of August 1910 up to 50 September 1997, better known as Mother Teresa, was an Albanian Indian Catholic nun and a founder of the Missionaries of the Charity. Born in Skopje, then the part of the Ottoman Empire, at the age of 18, she moved to Ireland and later on to India, where she lived most of her life. On 4th September 2016, she was canonized by the Catholic Church as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. The anniversary of her death was 5 September and is her feast day. Mother Teresa founded a Missionaries of Charity, a religious congregation which grew to have a large of over 4,500 nuns across 133 countries. As of 2012, the congregation manages home for the people who are dying of HIV/AIDS, leprosy, and tuberculosis. The congregation also runs soap kitchens, dispensaries, mobile clinics, children's and family counseling programs, as well as the orphanages and schools. Members take vows of the chastity, poverty, and obedience, and also profess a fourth vow to give a wholehearted free service to the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa received several honors, including the 1962 Roman Magsaysay Peace Prize and the 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. A controversial figure during her life and after her death, Mother Teresa was admired by many for her charitable work, but was criticized for her views on the abortion and contraception, as well as the poor conditions in her houses for dying. Her authorized biography, written by Naveen Chawla, was published in 1992, and she has been subjected by many other works. On 6th of September 2017, Mother Teresa and Saint Francis Xavier were named co-patrons of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Calcutta. Mother Teresa says a very famous quotation, and she says that kind words are short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. Make sure that you let God's grace work in your souls by accepting whatever He gives you and giving Him whatever He takes from you. True holiness consists in doing God's work with a smile. The time we spend in having our daily audience with God is the most precious part of the whole day. Okay, thank you.